Today's question, the first question is, what is the difference between traditional publishing and vanity publishing? Can you please talk about the different models of publishers? This is a really good question. I actually did a presentation in Alaska last week, and we were talking about the difference between traditional publishing and vanity publishing. So this is fresh in my mind. So traditional publishing, a few things happen. First is the money flows to the writer. So when people used to talk about publishing, they used to always say money flows towards the writer. That's not always true anymore for all publishing models, especially self-publishing, because in self-publishing, you are paying out of pocket. But in traditional publishing, it is still true that money flows towards the writer. What that means is that for a traditional publishing contract, you excuse me, you are either getting an advance model contract, which means that you're getting money in an advance. Um, Advance is now kind of a misnomer. It's not the right word, because a lot of payments are being split, not just to on delivery of manuscript and on publication, but now they're also being split to after publication, up to a year after publication. So the word advance is a little bit deceptive now. But in traditional publishing, you're either going to get the advance model, or you're going to get the no advance and usually higher digital royalties model. So those are two of the traditional publishing models. When we're talking about vanity publishing wants you to pay to publish. So anytime somebody asks you to pay to publish, it is vanity publishing. This past weekend, when somebody was asking me about this vanity publishing model, they said, well, they're asking me to pay to publish, but they don't accept everything. And I explained that is still vanity publishing. If you are paying, it is vanity publishing, full stop. Traditional publishing does not ask you to pay. Now, of course, traditional publishing does ask you to participate in marketing activities. And some of those may cost you money because they want you to market your book. You want to market your book, and the publisher may not have a huge budget for marketing. So you may want to put money into marketing, but that's not paying to get the book published. Vanity publishing is paying to get the book published. So anytime that money is flowing away from you in the publishing contract, they're asking you to pay for the editor, they're asking you to pay for formatting, they're asking you to pay to publish the book, to get it published, that's vanity publishing. So hopefully that's clear. There are some other kind of models out there. For instance, there's some agents now who are offering assisted publishing. In assisted publishing, you're splitting some of the costs, you're splitting the royalties. It looks a little bit different than traditional publishing. So it's more like assisted self-publishing versus vanity publishing and traditional publishing. So that's just a different model, a different way of looking at it. So hopefully that makes it clear as far as what the difference is between traditional publishing and vanity publishing, just in a quick overview. There's other kind of nuances, of course. Traditional publishing is going to have a relationship with bookstores. They're going to have a relationship with retailers like Walmart, Barnes and Noble, Target, Indigo, Books A Million in the US and Canada. Those are a couple of examples. Vanity publishers aren't going to be able to offer you that. They're going to be able to give you copies of your book, but you're not going to find it on the shelves of bookstores. They're not going to have relationships with those retailers. They're not worried about acquiring a book, quote unquote, acquiring a book, and whether or not the retail buyer is going to be interested in it. The retail buyer being the person at Target, Walmart, Barnes and Noble, wherever, who's responsible for stocking the shelves, so to speak. Vanity publishing is not worried about that because they're not trying to get your book into retailers. All they're doing is creating the book, hooking you up with some resources. They're not necessarily always the best resources, such as not the best editors, not the best copy editors, not the best cover artists. And of course, you're required to pay for all of those. So in most cases, people suggest that you either do self-publishing or you do traditional publishing. However, the one benefit of vanity publishing is that you don't have to figure out all of the things that you have to figure out in self-publishing. So if you are somebody who says, I want to write this memoir, traditional publishing is not going to pick it up. I do want to self-publish it, but I don't want to figure out all the self-publishing steps and what all that entails, then vanity publishing might be the route for you to go, because vanity publisher is going to ask you for money just like anybody on your team would, and they're going to get it done for you. So vanity publishing, though people speak not well of it, is an option that some people do want to consider.